What's shaking, IBL fans? MagicActivatr here, and today we are joined by the coach of the Salazzin Salazzles. That's a crazy fun name to say. None other than Token Tube.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Token. I'm excited to be in a brand new league. It should be pretty fun, and yeah, I'm already really excited. Lots of good people in the league. It's gonna be a fun ride.
All right, so we're gonna jump in and ask you a few questions just so everybody can kind of get introduced to you real quick, and then we'll actually after that we'll do a really quick lightning round, which is like one-word answers. So, you ready for it?
Oh wow! Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, so up first, how were you personally introduced to Pokemon?
All right, so the way I was introduced to Pokemon, I'm pretty sure this was the first time I was introduced to it. I think this was more so actually the game, but this is my most blatant, very fond memory of Pokemon. But I do think the show, I can't remember the first time I saw the show. But the game, I was actually hanging out with my brother, and he had a friend that was like both of our friends. And we went over his house, and he had a Game Boy Advance, and he had Pokemon Silver for it. And I was just like, oh God, I played it just for a little bit, and I immediately fell in love. There was just nothing like Pokemon at the time. It was very revolutionary, honestly, in the gaming community, the way they kind of designed to play through their game, and where you level up your monsters and everything. And it was just something that no one had done before. No one executed it to the extent of Pokemon. So I immediately fell in love. Went home, told my mom I needed a Pokemon game immediately. And ended up getting, I think, gold just for a little while. But the first game I remember fully playing through and having lots of fun was Pokemon Fire Red. So yeah, that's where it started, and it's been strong. It's had its ups and downs, but I've liked Pokemon a lot for a while now.
All right, nice. So with that in mind, which of the generations has been your favorite to play?
My favorite generation has to be Black and White. I know a lot of people have. Everyone has their quarrels with Black and White, where they thought some of the designs weren't too good, where they thought some of the designs in the game weren't that good, and they thought that what else was people's problem with Black and White? I really don't know. I guess they thought the game was slow to travel through, I guess sometimes as well, but I don't know. I like the game a lot. A lot of my favorite Pokemon are in that generation, and I thought so many strong competitive Pokemon came out of that generation. And competitive, it's taken over it's my main interest when it comes to Pokemon. And so I really like that generation, considering how many strong Pokemon came out of it, such as Bisharp, Hydreigon, the Genies. These are all Pokemon I've used a lot. I've used the Genies in VGC, and then I've used Bisharp and Hydreigon and stuff like that in singles. So I just and even in VGC, lots of actual viable VGC Pokemons in Black and White, which made it really cool for me. So I enjoyed the game, and I thought the character development was really good, such as N's development it was one of the most amazing developments I've seen in a Pokemon game.
All right, cool. So that kind of leads into my next question, which is, was 5th gen kind of your introduction to the competitive side, or was it actually before that?
It was actually before that, but I didn't actually play competitive, but I started to actually wrap my mind around it. And it was during Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I started to hear about EV training your Pokemon and getting them to that next notch of strength. It was still kind of hard to educate yourself on stuff like that at the time. There wasn't a plethora of information about it online. Sure. But I slowly started to understand it. And I got the power braces from the Battle Castle, I think it was in that game, because you need all the power items so that you can get to ×2 on your EVs. So I obtained all I needed to start EV trading, and I stayed in Oberth Mine. It was in Oberth City, and I had a shiny Cloyster, and I was completely set on EV trading that in defense until its defense is maxed out. But I didn't know when exactly to stop. I wasn't 100% certain on all the math, considering there just wasn't the best information for all that. So I stayed in there for so long that I found 3 shiny Geodudes in the time I was in there and 2 shiny Zubats. That's how long I was in there.
Wow.
I saw that many Pokemon. I was determined to max out its defense, and I did do it, but I still didn't really know what I was doing at the time. But that was my first introduction. Then when Black and White came around, we had to battle Subway, and there were some really strong opponents in there if you got pretty far. So that's when I really started to understand competitive, because I tried to EV train my Pokemon so that they could be at their best. to complete the battle subway. And then obviously once Generation 6 came around, that's when things got a lot more clear, and then I just really, really fell in love with that scene. Because I was still really into shiny hunting during all that time until about Generation 6. That's when that kind of calmed down, and then the competitive scene took over.
All right, cool. Yeah, I definitely remember the 4th gen with EV training and all that stuff. It was a lot harder back then too. You had to put in a lot more work. They've kind of simplified it a little bit now.
Especially with the horde hunting and everything, that really simplified it. And the thing that really started me on it, though, was also the VS Seeker. Still one of my favorite key items to this day. Being able to re-battle trainers, it really did help with EV trading. So that's kind of what got me set on that route, was the VS Seeker.
All right, nice. So kind of shifting phases there from just competitive in general. Kind of tell me a little bit about like draft league experience. What do you have with that?
So Draft League it was an interesting story how I got into Draft League 2, because when I initially got into the competitive side of Pokemon, it was always VGC. I actually didn't really even venture into singles at all for the longest time. And that was interesting, considering the fact that the first competitive battle I actually watched was the Draft League format. I ran into the GBA, and I was just like, oh, this looks so cool. This looks so much fun. There's so much team building going on and everything. I really, really like that. But then I ran into people like Justin Flynn and Alex Zagloza, and that's when I just really got into VGC for a while. But then I really started to open my eyes and got in my first actual draft league on Pokemon Amino, the AML. I got in that first draft league, and it was like a prestigious one on that app. And I really, even though I was doing terribly because it was so bad at the time, I was just such in a doubles mindset, and it was really hard for me to transition that first time, especially playing against people who had been doing this for at least a year. But it was so much fun still, though. I knew I definitely enjoyed doing it. I knew that team building was such a huge aspect, and I really liked that. I made it a lot of fun, because then you just really have to use a lot of mind power and everything on what exactly you bring, what sets you bring, what exactly you want to live. I really liked how complex that side of it was. And so yeah, I started out on AML on Pokemon Amino, and from there I made my own league, the IPAA, and I got to semifinals in that league, and there was a lot of good battlers in that league as well. And then from there I finally ventured into, I did one more league, the SBL, but that kind of fell apart. And then I ventured on to becoming a content creator, because I knew I always wanted to make content on YouTube. And that's when I was able to find a league pretty early on in my content creating career. And I was able to join the MPL, and I was able to take the championship in the first season of the MPL Division 2. So that was really fun. I got to draft a lot of Pokemon that I really wanted to use. So yeah, I just feel like the sky's the limit. I continue to want to play in a lot of leagues. I definitely want to be in leagues I respect and know that it will also be fun, because you never want the competitive side of things to ruin the fun of playing the game. So it's good that the IBL looks that way.
Yeah, all right. So I guess that kind of brings us to the last question I have here, which is, what are you most excited about or looking forward to in the IBL?
What I'm looking most forward to is just to meet a new group of people, just to have fun, and just to try to, because I love competitive at this point. I just really enjoy it. It's what I enjoy the most of Pokemon. And when you're just in a competitive atmosphere, but also a friendly atmosphere, there's almost nothing like it. And you can really build some strong bonds. Like, nothing's better than just having a really, really close game against someone that you just kind of met, and then you guys like talk about the game, and it's just so easy to bond over stuff like that. So I'm just really excited to see how things go that way, and just the new people, new faces and everything, new other people who are good at this game competitively that I grow fond of and grow respect for. Just really excited for that aspect of everything, and also to use new Pokemon, because it's just so fun to try to team build with some of these new Pokemon that we have at our disposal. So just can't wait to get started with all that.
All right, cool. So that kind of wraps up the questions that I had for you. So we'll jump in and do this lightning round really quick. And the way this will work is I'm going to give you 2 different options, and I want you to pick whichever one you enjoy the most or you feel like fits your personality the most. All right?
Okay.
So up first, we've got offense or defense.
I would say I'm definitely like a mix of both in a sense, because like you need to, I personally couldn't see myself being too hyper offensive, because I feel like I definitely play better with some defensive Pokemon. If I had to lean towards one more, I would say defensive, just because I love Reuniclus in draft league format, and I've gone far when I've been able to have a Pokemon like Reuniclus on my team. and even the offensive Pokemon that I tend to use, I kind of like them to still be a little defensive as well, or just able to like not be too frail. Because like Mind Shell's another Pokemon that I love using in draft format, and it gets Regenerator, which allows it to not only be offensive but to continually keep its health at a good amount because it just generates that back. So I would say I'm a little bit more defensive, but I do feel like I am a good mix of both.
All right, cool. With that, let's go single battles or double battles.
I still do love doubles a lot. Just it's where I started, and I love doubles a lot. So I definitely do still have a little bit of favoritism over doubles, but league format's like such a close second. It's such a close second.
All right, Mega Evolutions or Z moves?
That is such a hard question, but I'm gonna have to go Mega Evolutions just because I kind of hate. Well, not that I hate it. It's part of what's fun about it, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. And the surprise factor with Z moves, especially in league format, you can really get completely thrown off by a Z move. And I have heard a lot of defensive players are having more trouble prospering in this like now Z move era that we have, because they kind of get really thrown off by their Pokemon not like being able to wall something they'd normally be able to wall, just because of the absolute power, sheer force of Z moves now. So it's different. I do think I need a little bit more time around them to get a very clear opinion on them. But for right now, I would say Mega Evolutions, because Z moves just a little too unpredictable. And then those every stat raising Z moves, I hate those actually. So there's that.
All right. What about Trade Evolutions or Stone Evolutions?
Trade Evolutions or Stone Evolutions? I would say trade. There's a lot of cool trade ones, so Trade Evolution.
Okay. And then last but not least, Pokemon Sun or Pokemon Moon?
Oh, Pokemon Sun all the way. There's some really cool Pokemon in Pokemon Sun. Definitely Pokemon Sun all the way.
All right, cool. So thank you, Token, for taking the time to answer these questions for us. For those of you guys watching, definitely go make sure and you check out Token's channel. His link will be in the description. And remember that the IBL live draft is going to be on May 27th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Grab yourself some coffee, come hang out, join us. It'll be a lot of fun. And Token will be there and all the other coaches as well. So we're excited about that. And any last words you want to say to the fans before we hop out?
Yes, just want to say I had no preparation for this, so sorry if all of my thoughts didn't flow the best. And secondly, I am currently out of the restaurant, so sorry if you heard any background noise. But yes, definitely don't miss that draft, and thank you guys for having me in this league. I can't wait to get started.
All right, so best of luck to Token this season. Excited to see the Salazzles do some work. That said, though, guys, we're going to get out of here, so we will catch you guys later.
Peace out. Have a good one.